is your next session of mathematics basics, that is decimals. What is a decimal, children? In our mathematics, our numbers are Hindu-Arabic number system, right? This is also one of the standard form of a Hindu-Arabic number system only. But whereas in this decimals, what we use integers and non-integers in the system. In this decimal system, there is a point. That point we call it as a decimal point. This point, what does it do? It divides two types of numbers into two parts. Okay, look here. 5.3 I have taken. How to read, children, here? 5.3, right? So, what this decimal point do, children? It divides this side, which is left side towards the decimal, is called as a whole number part. Whereas the decimal point right side numbers are called as a decimals and also called as a decimal part or fraction part. See here, children, now we are going to learn about decimals, right? What are all there about a decimal? What is a decimal? How do we represent on a number line? And what is the place value? How to compare which is greater, which is lesser in decimals? And addition of decimals, subtraction, multiplication, division, everything we try to see in this video. Okay, I hope you will enjoy this decimals, children. Let's start your decimals. So look here, 5.3. How to read this? 5.3. Point is a decimal point, 5 is a whole number part. This is 3 is a decimal part. This is an integer part and this is a non-integer. What do you mean by non-integer part, children? It is a fraction. Okay, what is a fraction? Which is represented in the form of P by Q, whereas a numerator and followed with a denominator. So let me talk about one more example here, children. Let's take here 12.52. So which is your decimal point? This is your decimal point. Where is the whole number part? 12 is the whole number part. Fraction part or a decimal part, it is 5 towards the decimal part. How do you read this number, children? 12.52. So, where do we come across in our daily life decimals? Okay, you go to a shop. Okay, shopkeeper says that the cost of so and so is 50 rupees 75 paise or 12 rupees 50 paise. So, what is this 12 rupees 50 paise, children? How do you write? 12.50 you will write? No, 12 rupees, which is a whole number, 12.50 paise. So, it is not complete 1 rupee. That 50 paisa is half of 1 rupee. So, look here, children, always your decimal part, how many numbers it may be, but its sum cannot be more than 1. Always the number, whatever we represent in decimal part, will be less than 1. Okay, now we are going to represent this 5.3 on a number line, children. So here, how do you represent? 5 is a whole number. So whereas in a number line, if we see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Normally we denote it 5, right? But 0.3, this 0.3 where I have to mark. 5 after 5.3 will come. 5.3 place I have to mark on a number line. Where it is, children? See here, this is a unit. Okay, 1 centimeter measurement. This is 1 unit. We call it as a unit. So this unit, if you see in your graphical sheet, you can see like this small lines. Have you observed? Middle little big. Okay, this line divides 5 parts. Total 10 parts it is divided. So 1/10 of the part is one line. So look here, children, observe carefully. Every point, every small line what I have mentioned here is 1/10 part. Do you remember fractions in a whole? 1 unit. How many units are there here? 10 units. Whole it is 10. Right? 1 part. How do you write, children? This is 1 by 10. This is 2 by 10. This is 3 by 10, 4 by 10, 5 by 10. Like this you are going to write. Right? In 10 whole parts, every part is a 1/10 part of it. So observe here carefully, children. 10th part I am saying. So this position is also called as a 1/10 part. So observe here carefully. After decimal point, whatever be the number, it will be its 10th part, you have to say. Its place value is 1/10 place value, or it is a 10th place value. So look here where I have to write here. This 3 is at the 10th part, means it is called as 3 by 10. You can say this one. So 3 by 10, where you get here? Here. 5 after 5, third point. Where is this? This is the point, children, where you mark 5.3 on a number line. Okay, shall we mark 6.2? Yes. How? From here, again 10 points you have to mark. See here, 10 parts you are making, means you have to do 9 lines itself. Just imagine here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, 9 lines in between one unit makes 10 parts. See here, first line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, 7th, including 7th line, it makes 10 parts here. So, what the number we are going to place here? 6.2. See on the number line, children, up to 6, okay. 6.2, where you are going to mark here? From here to every point, we have seen here 1 by 10. 1 by 10, how do you call here, children? 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 also you may say. Okay, why? It is at the 10th part, right? 10th part, every number can be written by 1 by 10. So look here, 0.1, 0.2, that is 6.2. If you want to split 6 plus 0.2. So up to here it is 6 and 0.2 means this is the place where you mark 6.2 on a number line. Okay, children, is this decimal line understood here? Decimal point, how do you represent on a number line? So now we are going to learn the place value of a decimal number. There is another place value chart here, children. How to remember this? Look here carefully. Place value. This side we know already, we have seen in Hindu-Arabic system, right? Number system, mathematics basics, part 2. You have seen this all. How do you read, children, this one? Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, right? How do you read this number? 6,143. Okay? Point. Again, don't read this number as 214. You should not say. 0.214. Where is the place value? What is the place value of 2, children, here? Towards your right side, your place value starts from here. This is 10th place. 10th. Observe here carefully, children. 10th means it is 1 by 10th position. See here, 1 by 10th. We call it as a 10th part. Right? So next, so on next number, what it will be? All the numbers will be the multiples of 10. 10 tens are 100. Okay. Again, 100 tens are 1000. So like this, what we call here in this number system, 10th, 100th, 1000th. It is followed with th. Okay, so it means this number 2 is 1 by 10th position, 1 is 1 by 100th position, this is 4 by 1000th position. So how you read a decimal number, you have to observe the place values carefully. So the decimal point, it divides a number into a whole number part and also decimal part. Okay, now we are going to observe the place value, children. Please observe the place value and then you try to say me the answer. So look here carefully. 154.678. Okay, what is the place value of 7? Place value of 7, children. Observe here again carefully. Towards the decimal part, towards left side, it is an Indian number system. That is also called as a Hindu-Arabic number system. How do we start here? Ones, tens, hundreds. But after decimal number, this part is a decimal part. How do you read this place value? Tenth, hundredth, thousandth. Okay, what is the place value of 7, children? It is hundredth place 7 is there. Okay, so now, so next number, let's talk here 3.02. So what is 3 place? It is in units place. 2, hundredth place. 0 is 10th place. Okay, similarly, 1569.685. Okay, what is the place value of 6? 6 is in 10th place, means its position is 6 by 10th, you can say. Okay, this is the way we try to understand the place value, children. Look here, children. Now, one more thing we need to understand in decimals. 0 plays a major role here. Observe here carefully. Suppose any number, if you take, suppose this is a number, right? 5.3. So if you write any zeros, do the number you call will be changing? No, we call this as 5.3. Why? In any Indian number system, if we place zeros towards the left side, have no value. Okay, towards the left side if you place, it is not having any value. In the same manner, if decimal part, if you place any zeros towards the right side of the decimal number, this decimal number value won't be changed. So if you place like this, these zeros have no value. How do you read this number, children? It is 5.3. If you write any zero towards the right side of a number, this 5 is changed to 50. And in your decimal part, if any zero is added towards the left side, then it becomes 0.3, and this 3 position is shifted from 10th position to 100th position. Okay, so its place value is changed. So understand here, children, 0 makes no difference when it is written towards the left side of any number and right side of any decimal number. But it changes a lot when the same 0 is written towards the right side of a number and left side of a decimal. Let's see different variety of decimals. Equivalent decimals, like decimals, unlike decimals. What are equivalent decimals? So let me show you an example. With example, I'll say here. Suppose 0.7, 0.70, 0.700. So look here, how do you read these decimals? 0.7, 0.7, 0.7. So what did I say for you now? If you place any 0 to the right side of any decimal part, the number won't be changed. So if you write like these, all these 3 are having same value. So these type of decimals, we call it as a equivalent decimals. Shall I write one more example for you? 48.3, 48.30, 48.300. These type of decimals, we call them as a equivalent decimals. Next, coming to your like decimals. Like, you have heard this word, right? What are like? Similar, same you can say, right? What are like decimals? Decimal numbers with same number of decimal places. Understand the word here? Decimal numbers with the same number count. So let's see the example here. 6.5. So what I can say here? 25.3. So I will say these two are like. How, children? You may think, oh, 6 and this is 25. How can I say it is same? No, you should not consider number part. What you need to compare here, children? Only the numbers after decimal point. After decimal point, these are all decimals, right? The number of decimals, if same, then those two decimals are called as a like decimals. Shall I show you one more example here? So, example 2. This is 1. Here 1 decimal, here 1 decimal. So, I say these two are like. Now, next example. 25.63 and 6.54. Look here, observe here, children, or you may take it as 16.54, your wish. So, never observe the whole number part. Always you try to observe fraction part. Count how many decimal places you have here? 2. And here it is 2. So, you have to observe only this side, not whole number part. Okay, children. So, now two decimals are there. They are equal. Then we can say that those two numbers, those two decimals are like decimals. Follow, children, like decimals. Now, coming to your unlike decimals. Decimal numbers with different number of decimal places. See here, decimal number with same number of decimal places. Now, decimal number with different number of decimal places. Here, how many decimal places you have? 1. Here, 2. So, what you can say? This number of decimal places are different. If they are different, we say these two decimals as unlike decimals. If the number of decimal places are same, like decimals. If they are not same, they are unlike decimals. Let's see here standard form and expanded form of a decimal. So look here, children. What we have seen now is a standard form of a decimal number. So let's take some examples. So let's take here 3 examples of standard form of a decimal number. Let's take this. Read this number here, children. How to read? You know now? Ones, tens, hundreds place. 10th, 100th. Right? So how do you read this, children? 504.46. Okay, 504.46. Let's read this number. 0.111. And this one, 706.359. Okay, now this standard form of a decimal number, write in expanded form. Expanded form, how will you split, children? According to their place value. Look here, 5. We have to start from here now. If you want, you can write units, tens, hundreds, and this is 10th, that is 1 by 10th position, and this is 1 by 100th. 100th means 1 by 100. So now look here, 5 is in hundreds place. So how will you expand, children? 5 into 100 plus. So 0 is in which place? Tens place. So that is 0 into 10 plus 4 is in units place. 4 into 1 plus. Now, decimal part also we have to continue here. How do you continue? 10th position means 1 by 10. So, look here, children. 4 into 1 by 10 plus, what's the next number? 6. 6 into 1 by 100. So, finally, how do you write this, children, here? 500 plus 0 into 10 will be 0 plus 4 into 1 4 plus 4 into 1 by 10 4 by 10 plus 6 into 1 by 100 that will be 6 into 1 6 6 by 100. This is the way we write a decimal in an expanded form. Shall we write two more examples here, children? So now, when your whole number part is 0, so no need of considering this side part. Directly you go with this. How do you write, children? 1 is in which place? 10th, 100th, 1000th, right? 1 into 1 by 10 plus 1 into 1 by 100 plus 1 into 1 by 1000. Okay, so finally, how do you rewrite this? 1 by 10 plus 1 by 100 plus 1 by 1000. This is the expanded form. Let's look over last example here. So observe the place value here. Ones, tens, hundreds. 10th, 100th, 1000th. Right? So now, directly shall we write this line, children, here? 700. Why? 7 into 100. 700. 0 into 10, how much? 0. Plus, units place, ones place. 6 into 1. That will be 6. Plus, 3 is in 10th place. Means 3 by 10. Plus, 5 is in 100th place. That is 5 by 100. Plus, 9 is in 1000th place. 9 by 1000. Okay, children. Now, next one. Convert expanded form into standard form. Okay, we are going to write the expanded form into standard form. Let's start writing here. 60 plus 1 plus 3 by 10 plus 5 by 100. Observe, children, where your decimal point should come? After this one, right? So 60 is in which place? Tens place, right? How do you rewrite this one? 60 into 1, 6 into 10 also you can write. Or directly 6 and 1 is in ones place. Point, your 10th position started means you have to put a decimal point. 0.35. This is your answer. 61.35. So look here, next one. Your number, whole number part is up to hundreds place. Hundreds place, tens place, ones place, 10th, 100th, 1000th. So how do you write your decimal number here, children? 500. So hundreds place you have to start writing with 5. Tens place is 40. 4 into 10 is 40. So you write here 4. And your ones place is 1. Write 1. Point, your decimal point, be careful here, children. Here you should write a decimal point. 3 by 10th. Point 369. This is your answer. 541.369 is your standard form of a decimal number. Okay, this is the way we convert this, children. Yes, children, now we are going to compare the decimals and we are going to say whether it is greater or smaller or they are equal. We are going to take any two decimal numbers and we are going to find out. So observe here, children. So compare and write less than, greater than, equal to symbols. You know, no? So now let's see the first one. A. 4.35, 1.38. There are two decimal numbers here, children. How do you compare? First, we try to know how do we compare, right? So first thing you need to do, first check out the whole number part. See the whole number part in both the decimals. Here it is 4 and here it is 1. Which is greater? Yes, this is greater. So directly you can say 4.35 is greater than 1.38. So observe here, children. Suppose when your whole numbers are same, then which one we need to observe? We need to compare for the decimal part. Start from the digit which is towards the right side of the decimal. Okay, so now let's see the second one here. See here, whole number part is 0. So now we need to consider the 10th position. So which is greater? That number is greater. So look here, what's the number here? 3. And here it is 6. 3 is greater or 6 is greater? 6 is greater, right? 0.36. This 3 is lesser, right? So what you need to do? Suppose when you write this number first, you say that 0.63 is greater than this number. Suppose if you write this decimal first, 0.36 is lesser than 0.63. Okay. Now let's see the next number. 50.50. 50.5. See children, now only we have seen which type of fraction this is. Is it a like fraction? No, then it is unlike fraction. So having 2 decimals and here 1 decimal. So now when you are comparing any unlike decimal, what you need to do first thing, we need to make them into a like decimal. How do you make children here? Now it makes a like decimals, and also I can say both are equivalent decimals. Means I say that 50.50 is equal to 50.5. So see the last one here. So observe here children. Observe the whole number part. What do you have? So towards the left side of your decimal point, 77. And observe here, 77. Then what you can say? Both the whole numbers are same. If they are same, what is your next step here? Go to the first 10th position after the decimal point. 8, 8. Again it is same. Then what I have to do? Go for the 100th position. 1, 1. This is also same. So now I can remember this is also an equivalent fraction. Though it is an unlike decimal, you can make into a like decimal by writing one more 0 there. If you write any 0 towards the right of a decimal point, the number won't be changed. So what you can write here children? These 2 decimals are equal. Now quickly move on to arrangement of the numbers. Arrangement of a decimals either in ascending order or descending order. Children, you people know, no, right? So what is ascending order and what is the descending order? Ascending order, small to big. Descending order, big to small, right? Observe here children, there are 4 questions in this arrangement. First 2 questions you have to arrange in ascending order, and second 2 problems you have to arrange in descending order. So how to identify which is greater, which is smaller? We have seen now, right? How to identify children? First you see the whole number part, which is greater. Having a greater number is greater. Having smaller number is smaller. So observe here. First you have to observe all the whole numbers, right? Arrangement of ascending order means what? Small to big. So now here whole numbers 0, 0, 8, 0. Oh yes, whole number is greater. Which is greater? This is greater means, so in this 4 places 1, 2, 3, 4. So last place you need to write greater number, that is 8.1. Okay, this number is over. This decimal value is over. So now see the remaining 3 decimal places. Which is smaller, you have to start writing in arrangement of ascending order. So observe the 10th position of a decimal. So after decimal point, 10th position towards the right side. Here it is 6. Which is greater? That will be greater. Which is smaller? That number will be the decimal. Which is smaller? That decimal value is smaller. So here observe 6. 7, 1. So which is smaller in 6, 7, 1? 1 is smaller, right? So first you need to write 0.11. So now this decimal number also completed. In these 2, which is small? 6 and 7, which is small? 6 is small, right? So next 0.6, 0.7. So observe here children, 0.11, 0.6, 0.7, 8.1. This is the way we arrange a number in ascending order, small to big. So go to the second problem here. Second problem, what you need to do? First observe the whole number. Which is smaller? That you have to place in the first position. 9, 6, 8, 6. In these 4, 6 is smaller, right? But we have two decimal numbers with 6 as a whole number. Now in these two, which is smaller? How to consider? 10th position you observe children. Here you have 8 and here you have 9. Here you go where it is. Which is a smaller? This is smaller. So now 6.89. Next smaller 6.98. Next see the whole number which is greater than 6. 8 or 9? 8, no? So 8.97 and 9.99. Okay? So this is the way we arrange in ascending order. Now coming next two questions to the descending order. Descending order means what children? From big to small. Okay, now observe the whole numbers again. 9, 8, 3, 4. Which is greater? 9 is greater. So no need of going for the decimal place. Directly you can write off here. 9.5. After 9.5, which is greater children? 8, 3, 4. Which is greater? 8 is greater. So 8.5. Then 3.5 and 4.5, which is greater? 4.5 is greater. Next 3.5. Okay. So last problem here. So now observe the whole numbers. 3, 6, 3, 6. Oh, two numbers with 3 and two decimals with 6 you have here, right? Which is greater? 6 will be greater automatically. But in these two, which is greater? Observe the 10th position here. Yes, 3. This is greater, right? 6.36. Next, 6.03. Next, now observe here carefully children. So, these two whole numbers are starting with 3, right? Now, this decimal place 0.6, which is greater? 0.6 and 0.06. Which is greater here, children? So, 0, same. Then, now observe here. Is 6 greater or 0 greater? 6 is greater, right? So, now 3.06 and the last number is 3.006. Okay children, this is the way we need to arrange a decimal numbers either in ascending or descending order. Children, we are going to learn now how to convert a fraction into decimal and decimal to a fraction. Observe here carefully here. First sub question here. What do you have? 0.4. So see the whole number here. There is no whole number here. It is 0. So after decimal point, how many decimals are there? And where is the position here? This is 10th position, means it is 4 into 1 by 10. We have written in expanded form, right? The same manner, you are going to write this as 4 by 10. So after decimal point, there is only one decimal. So 1 0 you have to write in the denominator in order to write into fraction. That is 4 by 10. See the second one children here. 6.349. Right? Write the whole number part first. Okay. Now how many decimals are there after decimal point? 3. So now 3 zeros followed with 1. That makes 1000. By what the decimal numbers you have? Write those. 3, 4, 9. 6349 by 1000. So observe here children, which type of a fraction it is? It is a mixed fraction, right? So if you want to convert into improper fraction, you can convert. How do you convert here children? So 6 into 1000. 6,000. 6,000 plus 349 will be 6349 by 1000. You can rewrite like this also. You can rewrite or you can stop like this. So go to the C option here, children. 0.727. After decimal point, how many decimal places we have here? 3, right? So denominator, you write 3 zeros followed with a 1 makes 1000. So numerator, there is no whole number, right? So write the decimal number 727 by 1000. Now 16.4 you have to convert. How do you convert, children? If you want, directly you can convert. Instead of writing fraction whole number separate, you can write. See here, after decimal point, how many decimal places you have? 1. So remove the decimal and write 164 by 10. Okay, when you are writing into fraction, don't forget to remove decimal point. You need to remove. In order to remove decimal point, we are dividing with the place, position, right? 10th, 100th, 1000th. Now, let's see the conversion of fraction to a decimal. So, observe here, children, what's your first sub question? 35 by 100. 35 by 100 means what? How many zeros you have in the denominator? 2. So, go to the numerator. Count from the right side. After 2 decimal numbers, you put a point. So look here, there are only 2 numbers here. So what you need to do? So 3, 5 point and you place a 0. Right? The 0 has no value. 0.35. Now look here, 5 1 by 10. How do you write this, children? You can write this as 5.1/10th position. That is 1. Yes. Now next one. 5.1 this one. Next one. 63 by 100. 63 by 100. Observe here, children. 2 zeros are there. 2 zeros means go to the numerator. From right side, after 2 numbers, 2 decimals, you put a point. That is 0.63, 0.63. Okay. Last sub question here. What is that? 111. What is 111? Whole number followed with a fraction. 39 by 1000. So now observe here carefully, children. Write the whole number first. 111 point. Fraction means point. 39 by 1000. How do you write 39 by 1000? 1000 means 3. So you have in your numerator only 2 decimal places. So third decimal place you have to put 0. Not on right side, left side you have to put 0. Look here, 0, 3, 9. This is the way we convert a fraction into decimal. Okay, children, like this, we need to understand decimals carefully. Okay, with this, we are going to end our session today. With your next session, we are going to start with decimal addition, decimal subtraction, decimal multiplication, and decimal division. Thank you all.